Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn Gaming, Paul speaking, and welcome to my look at the current eShop sale on the Nintendo Switch. What I've done is picked out a handful of games, I think there's 12 in total, that I really enjoy or are what I think really good value sales. Hopefully some new ones from previous videos that I've done on sales before, and there is some really good deals around. So what I will do is just go through them in price order. There's something here for pretty much every price bracket. So we're going to be starting off with the games that are underneath £5. Let's get cracking. First up is the excellent Downwell from Devolver Digital. An absolutely brilliant game. This one comes in at £1.80 at the moment, $2 in America, and I would just highly recommend this. It's been a game I've enjoyed over the years on the Switch. If you've not played this before, it's a downward shooter, I suppose you call it, downward shoot 'em up. You can only fire while you're in the air. You can only refill your ammo while you're on the ground, so you get this kind of risk reward system of trying to keep yourself clear of enemies while also trying to keep your gun refilled. There's plenty of secrets, there's shops to buy new weapons, and it's just a really good game. Can be played vertically or horizontally on your Switch as well. Controls are absolutely dead simple, and it's just one of the great roguelikes, and it's always at a great price. And there's absolutely no excuse not to pick this one up. You can probably afford to get it with some gold coins if you've got any. This Downwell from Devolver Digital, and big thumbs up from me. Don't think you'll be any surprised to see this one on the list. It's probably going to be on everybody's sale list on the Nintendo Switch. Amazing sale, probably the pick of this sale this time around on the eShop. It is Metro Last Light Redux Edition. A great first-person shooter with an incredible 90% discount on it. It's down to just £2.24 in the UK and $8.74 in the US. As I say, it's a narrative first-person shooter. Some gorgeous graphics, a really nice port. Another highly critically acclaimed game as well. And yeah, if this isn't on every channel's picks for this sale, then I will be absolutely amazed. If you're looking for a first-person shooter game that's got a really good story, then pick this one up. The sequel is also on sale, not quite as cheap as this one, but still a bargain price, so probably good to pick them both up now while they're on sale. But this really was the pick. £2.24 for one of the best ports on the Nintendo Switch. Check it out. Metro Last Light Redux. Next up for me is Indivisible from 505 Games, a bit of a hidden gem on the Nintendo Switch in my opinion. This is in the £5 to £10 bracket. This is down to £6.74, which is an absolute bargain. It's 75% off for one of the nicest games on the Switch. As I say, it's a bit of a hidden gem. Come out of nowhere really. It's launched by mistake I think, and then had to be hastily patched. But patched it was, and it's just a really nice game. See this beautiful hand-drawn art style, watercolour backgrounds. It's an absolutely beautiful game. Really unique combat. We'll see a little bit of the combat in a second. It's sort of turn-based, timing-based as well. You get a cooldown on your attacks, and when you get a team together, you all can attack at once, according to the face buttons on the Pro Controller. So you'll have someone representing each position of the controller, and when you press the corresponding button, they will do their attack. Then their attack goes on a cooldown, and then you can combo those attacks together as you learn new skills. Fully voiced as well. You can see this art style again when you get into these combat situations. Looks really nice when it's zoomed in. Loads of secrets to find, really nice platforming as well as these combat things. It's a really, I was going to say unique game, it's not that unique now, but it is a really good example of this sort of game done right. So I will highly recommend this. This is Indivisible from 505 Games. So if Indivisible was a bit of a hidden gem, this one will need no introduction at all, instantly recognisable. And despite what I said, I'm sure I've mentioned this one in other sales videos before, but I don't think it's ever had a sale quite as big as this. It's of course Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. 83% off this Ubisoft title, down to £7.20 and $9.99. An absolute bargain. Probably off the back of the really positive news that there's finally a sequel to this one coming. I think it's coming out next year, isn't it? But a really, really good game. Absolutely love this. I think I completed it. Which is unusual for me, but I love this sort of game. I love sort of XCOM strategy type games, which this is. Nobody really thought it would work as well as it did, but it's just an absolutely brilliant game. Devishly difficult as well, especially on the harder levels. Can take quite a few tries to complete them, but if you've had a Nintendo Switch for any amount of time, you've probably either got this or you're well aware of it, but that shouldn't stop it being in the video for those that haven't. It's an absolute must buy, especially at this price. Under £10, well under £10. It's Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Make sure you've got it in your collection. Another game under £10 and another real brilliant sports game. Now this is Pure Pool, which comes from Ripstone Publishing. This one, as I say, under £10, £8.74, $10.49 with a rather nice 30% off. Covered this one a lot on the channel. Go back and take a look at those videos, but this one is just a really nice looking pool game. And you play it well, unlike me. Get that cool jazz vibe going on in the background with beautiful graphics. On online mode, and also the rather cool DNA online mode, where the game will download your playstyle from the internet and your opponent's playstyle. So if there's nobody physically available to play at the time you want to play a multiplayer game, then the game can download the DNA of another player and you can kind of simulate playing them offline. All sorts of leagues and career modes. Really good game. Obviously these sort of games have got almost infinite playability. Highly recommend this. As I say, I've done quite a few videos on this on the channel. If you want more information, go back and have a check for that. This is Pure Pool, £8.74, $10.49, 30% off in the current sale. Absolute indie classic next, and that's Slay the Spire. Again, coming in under £10, 50% off this one at £9.99, $12.49. This comes from Humble Bundle. This is, as I say, an absolute classic roguelike, where you work your way up a spire, taking on different battles and gaining treasures and new cards, and then you play those cards in these turn-based battles against a variety of enemies. And it's all about good card management, building the best deck, getting the right synergy in all of your cards as you try to complete the runs. There's daily run mode and various different characters that you can take on as well. It's a game that you'll want to play over and over and over just to perfect the strategies. And as I say, the fact that it is random every time is an absolute gem in terms of replayability. It's an absolute classic game. It's one of the best games you can get on the Nintendo Switch. It works absolutely perfectly. It's the perfect sort of game for the Switch when you're traveling, commuting to work, if you still do that, or just grabbing a quick 10 minutes before bed or something like that. Brilliant game. Slay the Spire, down to £9.99. Again, make sure you've got this in your collection. Final game just inside of £10 now is the absolutely stunning Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. As I say, this one is an absolutely stunning hand-drawn game in the style of Studio Ghibli. This will set you back £9.99 or $12.49, 75% off. This one does regularly go on sale though. We had the excellent news that Ni no Kuni 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Not quite as good as the original, but still a really nice JRPG. Slightly different combat mechanics in that one to this original first one, but still a really nice game. This one, plenty of hours in this as well. You're looking at around about 40-50 hours of gameplay. Fully voiced. You've got the tremendous little Dribbly, I think his name is, or something, but Mr. Drippy is his name. Your little character is really funny, little Welsh, I don't know what he is, some sort of goblin that runs alongside you, but he's a really funny character. Great writing, great humour, lovely story running through it as well, and as I say, those stunning graphics, you just cannot beat them on the Switch, I don't think. Great game. This is Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, and a really great price as well, £9.99. Actually debated leaving this one off the list because it's such an obvious pick, but unfortunately it is really one of the top tier Nintendo Switch games, and that is Dead Cells from Motion Twin. Nice 40% off this one, down to £13.49, $14.99. This one's been out a couple of years now, but as I say, really is one of the very, very top Nintendo Switch games. Roguelike, as you make your way through the dungeon as the headless being, got kind of a flame for a head, but you're collecting different weaponry and buffs along the way to help you. Every run is different, collecting different treasures, and as you find new weapons and buffs along the way, unlocks them for further runs. Loads of secrets. It just really is one of the very best action games on the Switch. Spawned plenty of sort of player-like sort of games. Plenty of sort of other indie games out now that try and mimic this one, but really the original is the best. And even though it's not the best discount, still 40%. And if you haven't picked this one up yet and you're looking for something new and challenging and just one of the tightest experiences on the Switch, you can't really go wrong with Dead Cells from Motion Twin. Grid Auto Sport from Feral Interactive and Codemasters. No surprise, this is on my list. Game I covered extensively on the channel when it came out with a large number of videos, but it is just the best racing game on the Nintendo Switch by a country mile. Nothing else even comes close, really. 41% off this one, in that £10 to £20 range, down to £14.99 and $19.99. But as I say, it is the best racing game you're going to get on the Switch. Pure racing game anyway. There are a couple that came out that, you know, if you like different sorts of disciplines and not into just circuit races and that kind of thing, you know, there's a couple of arcade games, Burnout and Need for Speed are also very good games. But for pure racing, you're not going to beat Grid Auto Sport. Really, really good game. If you like the look of this one, then please check back on the channel, because I released no end of videos about this one. Loads of gameplay, loads of different things. It's a game that's just really well ported as well. It's got loads of options, loads of graphic options, control options, a 30 and 60 frame mode, downloadable high-res graphics as an option if you want to do that and take up a bit of extra space on your Nintendo Switch memory card. All the options are there for you. Loads of different disciplines. Open wheels, touring cars, sports cars. The absolute works. It's just a peach of a game. One of my top 5 probably Nintendo Switch games. One you shouldn't really miss if you're a racing fan. It's Grid Auto Sport, and it's on sale now for £14.99. A new game to the channel. I haven't shown this one before, I don't think. This is Spiritfarer from Thunder Lotus Games. This is also under £20 at £15.93, $19.99. Nice 33% discount off of this one. Really cool game. This is I don't know how best to describe it really. Probably like a farming game, but also very story driven. You live on this ship. You're this kind of keeper of spirits as they cross over from life to death. Your job is to guide them in the spirit world. You live aboard this big boat that you gradually build up over time. And as you can see here, I've got a farming element going on. You can buy seeds and usual kind of farming stuff. All these kind of different other farming things as well. So there's cooking in the game, cook meals for the people that you take onto your boat. There's crafting. There's obviously collectibles and stuff like that. There's a really nice story that runs through it. There's also fishing, because of course. Let's do a little bit of fishing. But you see, really beautiful graphics, hand painted backgrounds and beautifully hand drawn graphics. So we can get a little fishy. What do we get? Message in a bottle. We'll take that. You also navigate the world. So there's like this map. If we can go on to the navigation, find different things on this map. So you can zoom out a bit so you can get a kind of a sense of scale. I'm still reasonably early on in the game. I'm probably just under 10 hours in the game so far. There's a day-night cycle. Different things happen at day and night. So I don't know. It's kind of a bit of a stretch to say Stardew Valley on the water, but you've got these really cool characters. When the spirits pass over, they take like an animal form. So you end up with all these animals on your boat. You can build them houses, build all new buildings. So we've got a kitchen around here to cook the meals in and stuff. But yeah, it's just a really, really highly recommended game. It's critically acclaimed as well. This is Spiritfarer, and it's down to £15.93, $19.99. So it's a new one on the channel. It's not the biggest bargain, but bang for your buck. You're going to be well happy if you pick this one up. Often written off a little unfairly as just a Breath of the Wild clone, Immortals Phoenix Rising from Ubisoft is the next game on the list. This is in the £20 to £30 bracket. This one's $24.99, a nice 50% saving, $29.99 if you're in America. But a really, really good game in its own right. Yes, it takes a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild, of course it does, but it stands alone, strong enough on its own two legs to be a really interesting game. Really good story, funny characters, and one of the top ports, I'd say, on the Nintendo Switch. A little blurry when docked, but overall, I think it does a really impressive job, all things considered. It was quite a surprise to be getting this one as well. It kind of came out at the same time as the other platforms, which was a really nice surprise. But yeah, massive game, typical Ubisoft stuff, loads to collect, loads to upgrade, loads of secrets, costumes and the like. But yeah, highly recommended. Don't just look at this as a cheap Breath of the Wild clone. It's a great game, especially if you did like Breath of the Wild. Then you're looking for something more. If you've completed it, then look no further than Immortals Phoenix Rising. Really good game, £25, $30, and highly recommended. Final game I've got on the list is Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. This one tops in just over £30, £31.49 in the UK, $35 in the United States with a 30% discount. This comes from Larian Studios, but it is one of the best RPG games I think I've ever played. It's got a massive 93 Metacritic score as well, so it's highly regarded. Just what impressed me about this game is its sheer scale and the freedom that you get. You can pretty much do anything when you interact with objects and people as well. There's just so much that thought has gone into this game. The systems, the way everything interacts together, it is absolutely insane. If you like your RPG games, looking for something a little bit more involved with some depth, then can highly recommend this. A really good port as well. It's pretty much on every system now, including iOS. Came out on iOS a couple of weeks ago on the Switch as well. The only problem I've found with the port really is quite a long load time initially, but apart from that, I think it looks okay. It's a little bit blurry, but considering its scope and scale, it doesn't really matter. Performance wise is okay. Battles are turn based, so there's no problem with performance. And just an absolutely brilliant game. Highly recommended. Yes, it's a bit of a premium price still at £31.49, but it's still 30% off. You're still going to make a decent saving, and I would highly recommend it. So that is Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. Check it out. That's my list of top games for the Switch on sale. Hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know below if you're going to be picking any of these up, and if you are, let me know what you're getting. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new. But until next time, thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate it, and I will catch you all again soon. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.